Living in community and making disciples. Welcome to Back to Basics Christian Living. I am David Waterhouse. Today we're tackling something absolutely essential, something that goes right to the heart of what it means to follow Jesus Christ. You were never meant to do this alone. From the very beginning, from the birth of the church, God's design has been community. Listen to what the writer of Hebrews says. We're to consider one another, to provoke one another unto love and good works. And we're commanded not to forsake assembling together. This isn't a suggestion. This is God's blueprint for how his people grow. But here's what's crucial. Fellowship isn't just about showing up. It's about intentional encouragement. It's about spurring each other towards Christ-likeness. That's authentic discipleship. Paul takes it even further. He tells us to bear one another's burdens, not just sympathize, not just pray from a distance, but actively shoulder the load alongside our brothers and sisters, whether that's financial help, practical support during illness, or simply being present in someone's grief. That's a self-sacrificing love of Christ in action. Now, here's where it gets even more powerful. This kind of community creates accountability. Iron sharpens iron. We need trusted believers who will speak truth into our lives, who will encourage us when we're drifting, who will encourage us when we're weary. Without that, we're dangerously susceptible to self-deception. And every single one of us has spiritual gifts, not for ourselves, but to build up the body of Christ. When we fail to use these gifts, the entire body suffers. But when we serve faithfully, the church flourishes and God gets the glory. Now let's talk about the other side of the coin, the Great Commission. Jesus said, "Go therefore and teach all nations." And listen carefully, this wasn't just for the apostles. This wasn't just for pastors and missionaries. This is the personal responsibility of every single disciple. Called to share the gospel with boldness, never ashamed of its power, but also with grace, speaking truth in love, and we're called to mentor, to invest deeply in new believers, just like Jesus did with his disciples. Paul gives us the multiplication principle. Commit these things to faithful people who will teach others also. That's how the gospel advances from generation to generation. Disciples are making disciples who make disciples. So here's a beautiful truth. Community and commission aren't separate callings. They're two sides of the same coin. As we live together in authentic fellowship, bearing burdens and encouraging one another, we create the perfect environment for spiritual growth and multiplication. And as we make disciples, we expand that community, welcoming new believers into this life-transforming fellowship. So my challenge to you today is this. Stop trying to walk this journey alone. Get plugged into genuine Christian community. Bear someone's burdens this week. Share the gospel boldly. Mentor a younger believer, because when we embrace both community and commission, we experience Christianity the way Christ intended it, as a dynamic, unstoppable movement that transforms lives and nations for his glory. Now go make disciples. If this bless you, hit the like button, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. To read more about this, see the link in the description below. God bless, and I'll see you on our next video.